This is Carl with the three things I'm watching for Tuesday, January the 20th. Boy, it feels like a Monday. We got big losses in the outside markets overnight here that we will start out talking about. Over the weekend, tensions starting to boil up between the U.S. and the EU over Greenland. President Trump very upset that he did not get the Nobel Peace Prize apparently, and he wants to take it out on EU. We now have we're going to put tariffs on EU, and if we don't get Greenland, we're going to bump them up even higher. That started to cause some panic selling in the market. The outside markets mainly. We got the U.S. dollar down almost 1,000 points here this morning. It's taken a good hit, not just from the tariff talk, although that's a good factor behind it. Also concerns over Japanese sell-off that we had in their market overnight, putting some pressure on the U.S. So we got it coming from two ways there, but the tariff talk in the U.S., and this could ultimately impact our trade with China again, hasn't hurt the ag sector too much. And that's because we have safe haven buying coming in. Gold up over $140 an ounce here this morning. Silver up $6.50 an ounce. Seeing a lot of buying take place out there. Also seeing some in the indices, or I should say the financials. Not the dollar, but the interest rates. We got a lot of safe haven moving money shuffling this morning. It's hitting the dollar hard, and it looks like when the equity market opens up, we could see the Dow down about 800 points here. It's down over 700 in synthetic trade. So the open could be a little bit of a wild one over on Wall Street. I don't know if the ag sector can totally separate itself. Corn has been trying to rally. Corn only down a few cents here in the later stages of overnight trade. Soybeans down about 3 or 4. Wheat only down a penny or two also. So far they've isolated themselves, but it is not the news we want to hear to start out the week. Number two thing I'm watching here to start out the week is Brazilian crop estimates, and we have these all over the board from 176 million metric tons on the bottom to about 183 million metric tons on top. USDA falls pretty much in the middle at 178 million metric tons. Question is there's acreage debates that are adding to this, and there's all over. Everybody has an opinion on what that Brazilian soybean crop should be. One thing that is consistent is almost every firm has backed off on their Brazilian soybean exports. That'd be one that is a little bit of a bright spot. Domestic soybean consumption in Brazil increasing. We've been talking about this. Soybean crush taking some of the heat off the export market for the U.S. So don't get bogged down in just high crop estimates. Look at what they're going to be exporting. And as long as we're in South America for the third thing, let's switch over to Argentina because something jumped out at me last week. Now, this might not be a huge factor, but soybean crop rating in Brazil had been, Argentina had been 65% good to excellent, 0% poor to very poor. Last week, we saw it drop 61% good to excellent, 4% poor to very poor. It doesn't tell us a lot. I mean, as far as why the crop ratings declined, and we do tend to see crop ratings move back and forth. But the initial reaction after the high temperatures and the dry conditions in Argentina is maybe it's taking weather is taking some impact and taking an effect on the developing crops, and it's expected to. We'll be watching that to see if these don't start to improve. We're going to see some analysts likely walking back their Argentine crop estimates as well. So we got a lot going on there. Those are the three things I'm watching to start the week.